If you've got your ball, we're going to start in a standing position, and we're just going to start with a little pass around. So you're just going to pass the ball behind you, just playing around with a little proprioception here. So just noticing where in your body connected to that ball. And then once you feel like you've got a little sense of it all, close your eyes down and just see if you can do it with your eyes closed. Nice. And then see if you can keep your eyes closed and reverse directions, go the other way. Awesome. Take one more pass around here. And then eyes open, we're going to place that ball right between the inner thighs, get a little bit of a squeeze going, toes and knees pointing in the same direction. And then we're going to reach the arms just straight out to shoulder height, sit back into a little seat, and then rise up, keeping the arms straight out from the shoulders. Sink down into a little seat, and then rise right back up. Beautiful. Sink yourself down, get that squeeze on the ball, and rise up. Sink down, and then rise up. Nice. We got 4 more to go here. You're just going to take it at your pace. You can go fast or slow if it feels good. Beautiful. Last one. Sink down, rise up, bring your hands behind your head. Head is going to press into the hands, hands into the head. And we're going to take it into some heel lifts. So if you need to readjust the ball, take a second to do so. But if you can maintain that squeeze between the inner thighs, lift your heels up and lower it down. Head presses into the hands, hands into the head. So we maintain that good posture. A light firmness in the belly, so we keep the low back supported. 4 more to go. Beautiful. Lower down, and then take that ball, place it down in between your ankles. And now you're going to walk your feet probably just a little bit closer so you maintain that little bit of a squeeze. Hands on your hips and right back to those heel lifts. Keeping that squeeze between the ankles, lifting up with control and lowering back down. Last one. Nicely done. Lower your heels down, grab that ball, and then we're going to come down into a seated position. So we're going to sit down onto our butt and then place that ball right back in between the inner thighs. Elbows and forearms down to the ground. So we're going to lean back into our seat, maintain that little squeeze, lift your feet up into a tabletop position. We're going to keep that 90-degree bend with the legs, and we're going to lower the toes to the ground and then pull them back up. So we want to keep a stability in the shoulders. Work through your center to find that movement. Two more to go here. Beautiful. And then let your toes touch down to the ground, lower all the way onto your back. And then we're going to take it right into some hip bridges. Hands alongside the hips, maintain that squeeze on the ball of the inner thighs, lift your hips up and lower back down. Three more to go. Last one. Lower your butt down, take that ball out from the inner thighs, and now we're going to place that ball in between the ankles, raising your arms up and your legs up. You're going to extend the arms and legs out nice and long, bring it all back to the center, reach up, grab that ball, and then switch. Legs reach out, arms reach up and overhead. Bring it back in, place that ball between your ankles, reach it out, and pull it back in. Nice. Now just take a few at your pace. Beautiful. One more pass in each direction. Awesome. And then if you can, place the ball back between your ankles. We're going to maintain that little squeeze as you lower your legs down and then roll over onto one side. So we want to keep the ball trapped between the ankles, put a little flex in the feet, nice little side lying position. And then we're going to squeeze and lift the legs up and then lower them back down. Squeeze and lift up, lower back down. Nice. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Awesome. And then roll over onto the other side. Keep that ball trapped if you can. And then get yourself set up in that sideline position. And then away we go, lifting up and lowering down. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Roll back onto your butt and then grab hold of that ball. We're rolling back down to our back. And now we're going to lift the hips up and tuck the ball underneath the tailbone. So we want to find that good center first. Make sure the ball feels like it's evenly placed under your tailbone, under your broad hip bones, not in the low back. Once you feel like you've got the ball in place, just take a second. Nice little supported bridge. Feet are nice and evenly grounded. Let your arms hang nice and heavy. Take about 3 nice deep breaths here. Cool, and now we're gonna stick with the right leg. So left foot is gonna be firm on the ground, and we're just gonna do some toe taps with the right leg. So we're gonna lift it up into a tabletop position, maintain that 90-degree bend as we lower the toe down, and then lift it back up. And then see how stable can you keep your hips on the ball as you lift that leg and lower it down. So it shouldn't be wobbling all around underneath you, keeping a little bit of a firmness in your belly. Beautiful, 4 more to go here. Nice, and then set that foot down to the other side. We pick that left leg up, a little point in that toe, hinging from the hip, lower the toe down to the ground, and then pull the thigh back up. Maintaining that stability on the ball so you anchor into your right leg, belly is firm. Awesome, last one. Lower that foot back down to the ground. And now we're gonna step the feet just slightly wider so we have a good base of support with the legs. And then we're gonna take it into a pelvic tilt. So keeping that ball underneath the tailbone, hands down on the ground, you're gonna curl the tailbone slightly and then push the tailbone down. So you might feel a little arch in your back. Curl the tailbone slightly and then push your tailbone down. Take a few more just like that, just working through that low body and the hips. Nice, 2 more just like that. And then we're gonna take our little marble roll. So imagine where your hip points are, just get a sense of your hip points. And then imagine you're dropping a marble from side to side. So from one hip bone to the other. So we're gonna start to draw little figure eights with our hips rolling across the ball. Make sure that that feels safe and comfortable to your low back and your sacrum. Beautiful. One more little roll side to side, and then you're going to bring it back to center. If you need to reposition your ball, take a second to do so. Left foot's going to walk in a little bit closer, knee is going to stay bent, and now we're going to slide the right leg nice and long. stretching through the front of the hip. So reach through the toes, and then if all feels good and stable, extend your right arm up alongside your ear. Take 3 nice big breaths here. Great. When you're ready, hand comes back down alongside the hips, slide that right leg in, and we're going to switch sides. Left leg is going to extend long. If you need to readjust the ball, take a second to do so. Point through the left toe, reach your left arm up and overhead, and then find a little length through the front of that left side body, feeling a little stretch, hopefully through the front of that left hip, and take 3 nice big breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, hand floats down. We're going to slide that left leg in. We're going to pull both knees up into a tabletop position. So make sure the ball feels good underneath your tailbone. Pick one knee up and then the other. Find a little stability first. Arms are anchoring you down on the ground. And then if you feel like everything is good and stable, you're going to take it into some toe taps. So you're going to hinge both toes down to the ground and pull them back up with control. We want to anchor into our arms, slow and steady, so we maintain that stability, not wobbling all over the place. You might feel a little bit of a rocky sensation, but if you can stabilize your center, nice and controlled, doesn't need to be super fast. Beautiful. 2 more to go here. Nice. And then when you're ready, touch your feet back down to the ground, back to that supported bridge. Take a second, let everything soften. Let your belly soften, let the front of your hips soften. Take 3 nice big breaths. Cool. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your butt up, remove that ball out from underneath you. We're going to come up into a little bit of a seated position. So we're going to take that ball and tuck it really nice and close right up to the tailbone so that we can lean back and then find that little bit of a trap. So we want to kind of trap that ball beneath your low back. Hands are going to come behind the head, and we're going to lean back just a little bit, contract the abdominal muscles and pull yourself back up. Lean back just a little bit, contract the abdominal muscles and come back up. Take it slow and controlled. And then if hands behind the head doesn't feel like the way to go right now, you're going to grab the backs of the thighs to help keep a little bit of support, but see if you can pull yourself up by using your abdominal muscles. Let your hands just offer a little bit of support. Nice. Beautiful. 2 more to go. Awesome. And then as you come on up, we're going to swing out to one side, taking the ball with you. We're going to place the ball underneath the ribs. So find your ribs, lay onto the ball, and then whatever shape of your legs feels good, but we want to see if we can extend the top leg out and then reach the top hand up and overhead. So we want to find a little bit of a side bend position. You want to lean over that ball and take 3 nice big breaths. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, come up nice and slow. We're going to sit in a zigzag seat. So you're going to swing your legs out, bent knee in front of you, bent knee out to the side, and then into a little mermaid. So the ball is going to come out to your side. We're going to roll out, top hand's going to reach up, take a little side bend. And then as you lift up, you're going to do a little grip work, grab the ball, take it with you, take a little counter bend. Nice. Hand down to the ground. We roll out. Nice and controlled in the side body, lift up, grab the ball, a little grip work, and then side bend. Beautiful. One more time on this side. Nice. And then release that hand down, and we're going to swing it around to the other side. So you can flip over onto your other side or just swing the legs around. And now we're going to place that ball underneath the ribs. Bottom leg does whatever it wants. Top leg hopefully extends out nice and long. Bottom hand reaches out, and then the top hand reaches up and overhead. So we find that nice side bend, just sinking over the ball and taking 3 nice big breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, come up nice and slow and then find your zigzag seat. So leg is bent in front of you, leg is bent out to the side, fall onto the ground, and then we roll out, reaching the top arm up. Nice controlled in the side body, lift up, and then grab that ball, a little grip work and counter stretch. Beautiful. Lean out, roll that ball out just as far as you can control. Pull it back up, grip and lift. Nice. One more to go here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to spin those legs back around so that we can place the ball in between our shoulder blades. So we want to find that placement and then lower yourself down. Keep your head and your chest lifted a little bit, hands behind the head. We're going to lean back over the ball, find a little opening through the front of the body, and then exhale. Pull the abdominal muscles down as you squeeze and lift up. Inhale, lean over the ball. Exhale to come up. Inhale to lean back. Exhale to come up. Awesome. We got 5 more to go here. Last one, and then we're going to take it into a back bend. So if it feels good, you're going to lean over that ball just as much as you like. And then if it feels really good, you're going to release your hands from the back of your head, stretch your arms up and overhead, and just find that gentle back bend opening through the front of the body and take a couple nice big breaths. Cool. And then when you're ready, gently lift your head up, bring your hands back behind your head. So your hands are going to help support the head. And now we're going to take it into a little myofascial release. So we're going to lift the butt up away from the floor and start to glide up and down the ball. So we're gliding the ball between the shoulder blades, and just make sure that you keep a little bit of a firmness in your center so you're not collapsing in your low back. Awesome. One more roll up and down here. And then when you're ready, set your butt down onto the ground, lifting yourself on up. And now we're going to spin it around into a tabletop position. So come onto all fours. And then we're going to take the ball and trap it right behind the back of the knee and the thigh. So you're going to find that little hug and squeeze. And then we're going to just work. The heel is going to start to pull towards the butt. So stay in that tabletop position. Hug your heel in towards your butt. Release it just a little bit. Hug your heel in toward your butt and release. Hug it in and release. Awesome. One more just like that. Hug it in and release. And then keep a little bit of a trap on that ball. And now we're going to lift up. So we're going to kick the heel up towards the ceiling, lower the knee back down, maintaining a stability in the shoulders and your center. Kick the heel up and lower it down. Beautiful. 2 more just like that. Nice. And now keeping that ball trapped between the thigh, take it into some fire hydrants, lifting the leg out to the side and then drawing it back in. Shoulders are stable, belly is firm. Nice. Last one. Beautiful. Set that leg down and then switch. We're going to pass that ball over to the other side, trapping it behind that left calf and the thigh. And then once you feel like you've got that little trap, you're going to hug your heel in toward your butt, give a little squeeze, and then loosen up just a little bit. Hug in and squeeze and loosen up. Hug in and squeeze and loosen up. One more like that. Hug in and squeeze and then loosen up. Awesome. Now we're going to take it and lift it up. So we're going to keep that ball trapped. Lift your heel up towards the sky. Lower the knee back down. Beautiful. Lift up and lower it down. 2 more here. Beautiful. And then if you can, keep that ball trapped between the knee and into some fire hydrants. We lift it out to the side and lower it back down. Awesome. 3 more just like that. Nice, last one, and then lower it down, release that ball, and now we're gonna take the ball down under the belly. So we're gonna lower down, placing the ball right at your soft center. So find your belly button and then slightly below the belly button. So if you can find that portion of the belly, then we're gonna start by just kind of rocking the hips over the ball, just taking your hips side to side. And then here we want to invite a little bit of softness into the center. So whereas most places we keep a little firmness to protect the low back, now we want to start to kind of loosen up and massage the psoas muscle a little bit. So see if you can invite some softness into your belly. Awesome. Take one more little rock side to side. And then we're just going to kind of move the ball over. So we're going to find that little insert right inside of that hip bone. So if you can find that soft place, move the ball slightly over to the right, and then see if you can just kind of let your legs get soft and heavy, and then see if you can soften over the ball. Let your head come down and let everything soften here. And then you might feel a little sensation in your belly. You might feel a little pulsing, or you might feel a little quivering. So allow a little time to notice your breath here and let the muscles chill out. Take one more breath. Cool, and then lift your head, walk your elbows up and in. We're gonna move that ball over to the other side. So we're gonna walk it over to the left side, finding that little space right on the inside of that hip structure, finding that soft tissue. And then once you feel like you're kind of there, soften everything down. Soften your butt, soften your legs, let your head relax down, and then invite some softness into your belly muscles. Take one more nice deep breath here. Cool, and then when you're ready, you're gonna slowly prop yourself up, move that ball out from underneath your belly, and now we're gonna place it under the chest. So you're gonna place it right in the center of the chest or to the best of your ability so that you can kind of round up and over. So you're just gonna come back into that relaxed position. You're gonna soften your tush, soften the backside of your body, let your chin drop down, let your forehead relax. And if you like, you can stack your hands so that your forehead has a little support. And then here we want to find a little softness and breath in the back side of the body. So we want to allow for a little space in between the shoulder blades, a light compression in the chest, which creates a little bit of work through the back side of the body. Take one more breath here. Nice. And then when you're ready, start to lift your head up, prop yourself up, come up into a tabletop position, leave the ball on the ground. And we're just going to take a couple of cat and cows here just to soothe the spine. So drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tail, and then round your back just as much as feels good. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail, and round your back. Awesome. One more just like that. Nice. And then in a neutral spine, we're going to take the ball underneath the right hand, put a little press, draw some circles in one direction, and then draw those circles the other way. Beautiful. And then pass it over to the other hand, a little press on the ball, draw some circles in one direction, and then draw some circles the other way. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to sit back onto our heels. So bring your weight back into your heels or sit in any comfortable position that feels good. But now we're going to take it to the other side of the hand. So you're going to flip, palm facing up. Other hand is going to trap the ball. And then we're just going to draw some circles, just massaging out the back of the hand. And then draw some circles, go the other way. Beautiful. And then flip it around. So other hand's going to find the ball, pat your hand down, give it a little press, and then away we go. Draw circles in one direction. And then draw those circles the other way. Beautiful. And then sit up nice and tall. Take that ball right to your belly, draw some circles in one direction. And then draw those circles the other way. Awesome. And now we're going to take it across the chest and the neck. So you're going to put a little bit of a press and you're just going to walk that ball across and then put a little press as you walk it the other way. And then you can take it across the chest, across the neck, across the throat, but just make sure it feels like a safe maneuver and you're not choking yourself out. Awesome. And then the next time you bring it over to the right side, hug it into the crook of your neck, press your ear down, and then lift back up. Press your ear down and lift back up. Press your ear down and lift back up. Beautiful. And then walk it over to the other side, hugging that ball into the crook of your neck, and then press your ear down and lift off. Press down and lift. Press down and lift. Beautiful. And then walk it back across the chest just for good measure. Soothe it all out. Awesome. And then place that ball down on the ground. Give your wrists a little shake. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Nice. And you guys are all done. Be sure to drink plenty of water after all of that work. You guys are amazing.